I am telling you, because we have come to preach the truth. It doesn't matter. It's relevant. His name is Yahweh Yeshua. That's his name. Even na papa of a Greek god, Makade Yamama. All 1,000 degrees could not want. All 1,000 degrees could not want. I'm not going to. When I tell you not to worship ROC, you don't understand. Anytime you're bowing down before the picture of an Italian man claiming it's Jesus Christ, you are a fool. Do you know why? Anytime it comes that you need to change something that a white man did, you remember that picture that you bow before, you say, no, don't change it. Why should we change Port Harcourt to Ipob? No, it was done by a white man. After all, I bow to a white man every blessed day in the morning. Some of you have Holy Rose in your chaplet around the neck of a picture of a white man from Europe. Photoshops to look very smooth and clean. That is why some of you believe in CNN and BBC more than you believe in Radio Biafra. But subconsciously, that is what you're doing. But on the face of it, you will not know. Because that picture you have is a picture of a white man. You bow before the white man, offering your prayer every blessed day, saying you're praying to Yeshua. But you're an idol worshiper anyway, but that's the truth. Anytime you challenge anything done by a white man, that person will say no. Why? Because he's worshiping a white man every blessed day without knowing it. I don't know if it's making any sense to some of you. Some of you have pictures in your house with the heart of the person showing with thorns, with crown of thorns around the heart, saying, I bless this family and all that. I don't see. I don't worship. You will not worship. I thank you for showing us the light. That is the reason why water cannot be changed. Because you go and bow before a white man every day offering prayer. So why alter something the white man did? That is why the name, the zoo called Nigeria, can never be changed. You can never change the name of the zoo from Nigeria to what it should be. Because a white man created it. And the white man to you is God. You know that man won't judge. You worship them but you don't know. Through your utterances, through your behavior, you worship white people. And not you God them in heaven. Not even the Yeshua, as you claim you do. Some of you now, disgracefully, go to your little altar that you have. Is that a picture of a white man you're looking at? When Yeshua was on earth, were there any cameras then? There were painters, but which painting survived from that time till this time? He then turned from being a Semite into being a Caucasian. How did he make the transformation? You see his hair well shampooed. Warrior, black people, black. That is why you cannot change anything a white man does, because you don't even believe in yourselves. You worship a white man's picture every blessed day. So subconsciously, anything they do is right, including the creation of the zoo called Nigeria. This is Radio Biafra. As the zoo is collapsing economically, women and widows are now groaning under Nigeria's biting economy. The zoo is collapsing, nothing is working, people are unemployed, people are dying, people are picking food from the dustbin. From the dustbin, piles of rubbish, people are dying. Can you rise up and change it? No, I'm not sure you can. You cannot go and bow down before the picture of a white man, then you come out and want to change what a white man is. No, you cannot do it now. Subconscious slavery. But you don't know it. But on Radio Biafra will set you free. Maybe just now some of you will go back to that little shrine you have with the picture of a white European. No image. Chukwuabiyama said, no image. No image, but will it go into your brain? No, because a white man brought an image to worship, and you're worshiping. Thank you will follow rubbish. Oh, don't discuss. It is religious. I will offend the whole world. I don't give a toss. Instead of me to lie here, let Biafra not come. Because it's a good truth is life. Idol worship as you are. You go and bow before the picture of a European. You know you are talking rubbish. changed the name from Port Harcourt to Igbo. That is the name. Those are the names. Change it now. Change Lagos to whatever, to Eko, which is the proper name, as given to it by the people. Lagos is Portuguese. Maybe you don't know. Laos, they call it. Portuguese name. Can you change it? No, you can't, because you're a black man. Your brain is empty. You don't know anything. No matter how I castigate Robert Mugabe, I give them credit for one thing. Their name used to be called Southern Rhodesia, or is it Rhodesia? I don't know if it's north or south. They changed it to Zimbabwe. I am telling you that if you had all these vagabonds you have in the monkeys and the baboons in the zoo, they don't know it. It sounds nice and very sexy. Southern Rhodesia is nice. The man called Harcourt was the former British Secretary of State. Is he from Ibenga? The answer is no. Is he from Ison? The answer is no. Is he from Igbocha? Why should Igbocha be changed to the name of a white man in London? Port Harcourt, Harcourt. It was named Port Harcourt by Frederick Lugard because he wanted to be very close to Harcourt. Because Harcourt actually liked the wife, Flora Shaw. I don't know if you're following. Now somebody should tell me why a major town in Biafra land should be answering the name of a white man that nobody knows of. Why? Because of that picture of a white man you kneel and bow before. Try to understand it. What you're doing is that anything a white man does should not be changed. That is why today you're a slave. Maybe by listening to radio, therefore you'll be set free. Who knows? We must continue. We don't write what we preach down, we don't write it. As we occupy this very seat, Chukwa Biama will begin to manifest in many forms. The revelations will start coming. Heaven knows. I don't research, I don't do anything. Even the more if I try to research before I come on air, I lose what I have in my head. I cannot do anything about it. This is the temple of truth and honesty. And that is why Chukwa Biama will remain supreme, reign supreme in our lives. His will must be done. That's my belief in life. Youth unemployment, the zoo is sitting on gunpowder with shame. Most of you know it. Very, very inflammable. The zoo is sitting on a time bomb. Nigeria is finished. Why? Unemployment. Now the news in greater detail. We must preach this very gospel.
Hold on there. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom. I greet all of you. You're welcome to today's program that we always slated to be Sundays. And I know a lot of people are crying. I have seen people commenting, those calling me. Must we be discussing every day? Religion. And to embarrass them, they can't come here and tell me what to preach. Call them not to tell me what to preach. You can find out that they have nothing. Because we are hitting everywhere hard. The environment is not in order anymore. Environment of African society have changed the way it used to be before. So that is why you see some of them crying from one place to another. So I thank all of you. I see Ferdinand Faith, Chigozie, Onyeweke, and Odo Ejike Peter, Uchene Hine, great Biafrans. I greet all of you. I see our lovely sister Ada Fefo. We are going to pay attention to today's broadcast. As many of you know, is Sunday. We discuss about how we become Christians. And when we talk about ancestors are like me and you. We are human. We have done mistakes in our lives. So our ancestors are also not perfect. So today we are going to look into where they got it wrong that kept us in this situation today. You know, sometimes when we talk ancestors, the religious people now begin to compare it with Chukwuka because of the envy and jealousy in them. So when you talk about your ancestors, when you praise your ancestors, they will remember that their quotation that told them that never you worship any other God, that is a jealous God. So they always think that we are Muslim power with Chukwuka God and ancestors, they are not the same. Chukwuka and ancestors are not the same. Even we that is calling Chukwuka, we have never seen it before. No one have seen it before. But this is collectively what we as a human proclaim that this is what is going to be our motivator. And that is why it is in the gift of man to secure man. So there's a lot of things we are overlooking that is disturbing us. Sometimes we are looking at the bigger pictures, not knowing that the smaller pictures, the congregation of the smaller pictures is what makes the bigger picture. So sometimes you don't see what is ahead. You don't see what is keeping you in your own state of frustration. That's why sometimes when we speak about this mental, awakening, some of you now begin to get confused or disappointed. Now, we're also going to look into the infiltrators in our land. Their commander is about to travel. We have the information here. They are running away now to travel out. Probably Togo or these neighboring countries, they want to run away. A lot of them have woken up. When I say a lot have woken up. Even the fundraising they used to do, a lot of people are moving out from making contribution anymore. And you are going to listen to the criminal in Finland giving a threat to people that are following him that if they no more contributing money, they will have to remove them. The film is over. So what they are doing now is to make sure they collect the little in the hands of the gullible ones and disappear. You can see that they are beginning to, because there's nothing to discuss anymore. The reason why many of you started following them is because you people say the DOS doesn't have action. That is why I know most people that does dabble into this infiltration. It's not that they are bad. It's not that they are, when I mean character-wise, it's not that they mean bad for the struggle. But because they don't have patience, number one, and secondly, they don't know the magnitude of what they are pursuing. I still have that. I'm going to also play that question here today. A guy coming to Mazi Methuselah, giving him a word of advice, and I hope that guy is still with us today. The person that asked that question to Mazi Methuselah, I hope you are still with us, because he cannot give such beautiful suggestion to Mazi Methuselah, and he accepted it. Maybe today now you'll be in autopilot. It's possible. Sometimes African society, they will give you a very good advice, but they are doing that in their telly, just like our politicians. They will tell you, yes, we must make sure we put the smile in the face of our people. We must create jobs. We must, build schools and at the same time free education. But when they enter there, they will embezzle the money, travel with the money abroad and go and establish there. But they are preaching something that is nice in the ears of people. So that's why we are here always. If you are here and you are not understanding what we are preaching, you can raise up your hand. We are not shying away from what we know how to do best. I don't call people to, hey, come and watch my program. Come, I want to start. No. It is something that comes from you that you say, oh, this is nice to listen to. Some of you say talking. We are talking. I don't know what you want me to do. You go and hold others responsible. Say Methuselah is doing his own job. What I'm doing is what I'm supposed to do. They kill autopilot and they are ragtag. They slaughter 84-year-old man. Why? Because they say that the man is a saboteur. And they are now, because of they have no direction, because they are not fighting for freedom, because they are no more in control of anybody. And it's very unfortunate that they have guns in their hand. They are now into land dispute. Your uncle, and they will tell you that they are ESN, which many of you are going to hear this morning. I know as we are speaking, some of you will be wondering, say, why are we saying this? Why can't we apprehend them? They say every day is for the thief, but one day is for the owner. It's very sad that we find ourselves in this stage, but I'm still going to tell you that it is not going to remain the same since we have involved ourselves in it. Now, let me start from our ancestors. And we are going to pay attention. I know many of you must have listened to this broadcast before. Very, very important in Malaysia. There are some things that our leader said here that had it been in Malaysia, I would have objected and asked questions. And that is why we are human beings. The reason why some of us, or this struggle is in this stage today is because of those that are following it. Whether we are far in the agitation, it is as a result of those that are following. Whether we are slow, it's also as a result of those that are following. Sometimes you need to ask questions. Anyway about Gojiruganya, that's how to know a human. I will go to my friend today. I'm leading you in a group, and you don't ask me a question. All you do is when you see me coming, you start clapping your hand and smiling. I see you as a mugu. The same way the criminal in Finland has seen those that are following him. If you ask him a question, he will call you a sort of name. You are an idiot, you are an illiterate. He wants you to be clapping. So those that you see them today, following them, those that are clapping, they don't ask questions. That is why he will come on social media and give you figures. He was not there when it happened, but he will give you figure, tell you how many people fall, tell you how many people they have neutralized. You don't see the picture, you don't see the video. You just write it and you are clapping hand. And others are as a result of inferiority complex. And that is not here. I have a little bit of it when I was in Nigeria. That is why I don't blame many of you that are in Nigeria, that have been inferior before your own fellow man. I don't blame you. Because this is what the society generates. It is not by your power. That is why when I speak, when I condemn the behavior of our people, those at home, somehow I exempt you a little bit. But there's people that are still in Western world, they are behaving even worse than some of you that are at home. Inferiority complex. Very bad. It makes you lose value. And when you lose value, you worth nothing in the eyes of your own fellow man. And when that fellow man that you are, promoting is now subduing you, you take it as a normal thing that's supposed to happen because you are inferior. It is not here. I came here, the thing disappeared completely. And I now begin to know that it's a society. Like if you go to Nigerian space today, every little thing, they will put it on social media. And the government are promoting it. Church people are also promoting it. Those that are singing musicians are promoting it. Comedians are promoting it. Actors doing the same. So you can now begin to see that it's all over the environment. And they now become a norm. One skit maker bought a new house for the mother. One comedian now, he's a successful comedian. He just bought himself a Range Rover Sport. The musicians, if I no get money, waiting again. Because of 30 billion in my account. Even them that are in Nigeria that are suffering, they are the ones that even talk about wearing expensive things. I just want to tell you the disease of poverty. Some of them in Nigeria, when you go back home, they'll be watching what you are wearing, whether it's expensive or not. They know how much you are putting in your body. But they are poor, frustrated, they have nothing. And when they see you wearing that thing, they put value on it. But they don't know that to you, it is nonsense. It doesn't mean anything to you. That is how to be contented with what you have. And that is why other countries are moving forward. It is inside us. Go to internet today. Everywhere you see, they will put house, they will put a car, they will, even when they travel like this, they after they reach at the airport, they carry passport, they bring passport like this, they bring this one. They feel that this is the one biggest thing they have done in their life. And they in 18 and all. We can have one hotel, they one in 18 now. We are eating good. Let me see if I will be able to see this. How I wish I will see this. I don't know. I don't know that I'm gonna, sometimes which and I don't know that I'm gonna preach this today. How I wish I know that I'm gonna preach this. I would have bring you this particular child. And that is to tell you what the society. I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't have it. It is in this phone that I'm using now. A little child of, is not even up to, that child is not up to 3 years. The mother asked her, what will I buy for you in this Christmas? The little child said, laptop. In Nigeria, very poverty-stricken little girl. Maybe many of you must have seen it. The mother asked her, what are you going to use the laptop for? She said, Yahoo. A little girl. I don't have it here. It's in this phone that I'm using to make this broadcast. So in summary, many of you that find yourself in that particular place, we are very sorry. It is not your fault. It's not your fault. So inferiority complex is very bad. And that is why they will stay there and tell you, Samaneba is a soldier. They don't know. Samaneba is a Finnish lawyer. He have a PhD. He have masters in law. He's rich. He don't need money. And there was a time, they have deleted a lot of pictures and videos on Facebook. There was one time he's bragging. I actually them that video home. Oh, brag. Also, he worth whether he's $1 million. People now come at Hannah fly on social media. On my corporate pay you. Yeah, we are saying, I don't lack anything now. If the money I have now, I can stay like this and die. I will not suffer. I can be going to holidays. Other Finland, say they price him. The zoo called him to give him whether he say $1 trillion, and he refused. They say what he needs is Biafra. I'm going to still call many of you. I used to call many of you. So we are going to look into our ancestors now. Not everything that you're going to listen to here that I agree. And once we go to that point, I pause it. If I have an opportunity on this particular program, I will ask Onyu the question. But most of the things he's preaching is correct. Let us base it that he's preaching to the Christian world. Just like when I'm quoting Bible. I'm not quoting Bible because I believe it. I am quoting you Bible because to tell you that you don't even obey what is in their Bible. I'm also quoting you that quotation that to tell you that that quotation is for evil, is for destruction. Now let's go. Let's go. I hope it's what I have here.
In China, we're back here now. Here today, so very, very special. Before the sight of the Most High. That is why I will prove to you, as has been proven by other people today, that you are the chosen children of the Most High because of what happened to you, because of what the scripture said, because of what we are going to be able to demonstrably prove to the whole world. Everywhere you go to, our people we are taken as slaves. Where did they take them from? From the land of Biafra and across the western coast of Africa. No other place on this very earth. Scattered all over the world. People sometimes ask me, why do you make such connection between Biafra and Israel? And I say to them, it's not just because my father's name is Israel. It's not because I come from Afara with B-I in front of it. It means Biafra. If you call somebody from my village, if you say Biafra Onya Afara, it means you're calling Biafra, if you don't know. It is not because that the war ended in my father's compound, Ojuku's bunker. The last place he took off from is in my father's house. For your information. It is because we share the same history, the same ancestral heritage, the same way that Babylon came and sacked Jerusalem was how they came from far and wide to make sure that we are scattered all over the world. They took us to Brazil. They took us to the entire western coast of South America. They took us to the Caribbean. They took us to the USA. Everywhere we are scattered. No other people on earth, apart from Biafrans and the Jews of Israel, are as scattered as we are. No other group of people. No other group. And did the Bible talk about this? The Holy, and when I mean Bible, I mean Old Testament. It's just a bunch of lies and concoction. By the Byzantine Empire. Who doesn't know that at the Council of Nicaea? They wanted to authenticate falsehood by attaching it to the Torah itself. The genuine words of the Most High. If the same thing has been done to Yoruba people, then you tell me. We are more scattered than everybody else. We are going to refer to the scriptures. Let us see who they are talking about. Some of you don't know who you are. I want to stay here in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, because this is where this very great movement started. To tell you who you are. Because some of you don't know who you are. We will start with the promise that Chukwokika Abiyama made. We are not going to deviate from it. Because his words are yea and amen. It doesn't change. He never changes. Man can change, but Chukwokika Abiyama never ever changes. Never ever ever. That I can assure you. I want somebody to pick up the second book of Chronicles 7:14. Immediately. We want to start from the beginning to lay the foundation that the whole world may understand who we are. That when we talk about Biafra, we are not just talking about Biafra for the sake of it. We are talking about the fulfillment of a divine promise and purpose from heaven itself, not from this very earth. That is why it is beyond the gift of man to give us Biafra. It is down to Chukwukika. Only him can give you Biafra, not man itself, not mankind itself. Read for me, please, the second book of Chronicles, chapter 7, and only verse 14. Go ahead.
And if my people who are called by my name become humble and pray and look for me and turn away from their evil ways, then I will hear them from heaven. I will forgive their sins and heal their land.
Thank you very much. Only if my people who are called by my name, I have preached this in the past and I'll preach it again today, as a preamble, as the foundation of what we are about to explore and to understand about ourselves. We and Israelites are the only people called by his name. No other people. And of course, our cousins in Ethiopia. Let me repeat, I say no other people, apart from the house of Israel, the house of Ethiopia, and that of the sacred land of Biafra. No other group of people are called by his name. I am talking about from inception, from old, not something that they just came across very recently and very newly as a result of their contact with Christendom or Christianity. I'm talking about of old. I am talking about of old, from the beginning of time itself. From the beginning of time itself. We must preach it. How many of you here has CHI to their name, or your mother, or your father, or your grandfather? If in your family there is anything, anybody answering Chi, or Nna, or Nyebuch, anything that has CHI on it, you raise your hand up, please, for me. Everybody. Everybody here has Chi to their name. And that is a direct reference to Chukwukikabiam. Is that not correct? To heaven itself. Now, how can you abandon that? And you want to be free. How can you abandon Chukwukikabiam? You are answering his name. In 2 Chronicles 7:14, he said it explicitly. Those of you who are called by my name. Everybody with Chi in their name. If it's your mother, your father, your grandfather, if you answer it by lineage, they are talking about you. Only if you don't believe in the word of the Most High, because I do. Some of you don't, but I do. There is nothing that happens in my life that I don't dream about. Nothing. Even the fact that I did not go to China, I dreamt about it the day before. You know, I'm very stubborn. I said I must go. But in my dream, I did not go to China. When I got to the airport, I was told that my ticket is wrong, that I cannot go. I said, do something. They ran about and said they cannot change it. I started to head down to I dreamt everything that happens to me. I dream about it. Because my Redeemer liveth. That is the name I answer. That's the meaning of the word Namdi. My son is in America. Every child I have and will have must praise Chukwukikabiam by their name. You people are the ones being referred to here. Only if you can come back to me, not through Yoruba Pentecostal churches. If you come to me, he did not say go through anybody else. He said, if you can come to me. Is that not what he said? Is that not what the Bible said? Did he say go through somebody? I don't understand. Or when God wants us to go through somebody, if you come to me and repent of your sins, if you pray and seek my face as we are doing, is that not what we're doing to the atonement? That he will heal us and restore our inheritance because he is Chupu Ukikabiama Primihanina. But that notwithstanding, our land is going to be healed, of course. Who says we're not going to be healed? I want somebody to please go to the book of Amos. I'm telling you, if you read the scriptures in the spirit, you will be vibrating. I'm telling you. Go and read for me the book of Amos, chapter 3, beginning to read from verse 1 to 2. This is a gospel preached by other people, but I love it so much that I had to copy it verbatim to preach to the children of the Most High on this very day. Amos chapter 3, 1 to 2.
Verse 1 to 2. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt. You only have unknown, chosen, sympathize with, and love of all the families of the earth. Therefore, we visit upon you all your wickedness and punishment, you for all your iniquities. 3. Do two work together except they make an appointment and have agreed?
Thank you very much. I don't know if some of you actually understand what he read. Did you understand what he said, what he read now? I don't think so. Very, very important you understand it. And I will paraphrase what he said. And I will speak very, very slowly that you may be able to hear me. Hear this word the Lord has spoken against you, O people of Israel. In other words, talking to you. And not to anybody else. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken. You only have I chosen of all the families of the earth. Therefore, listen very carefully, I will punish you for all your sins. A white man can sin and get away with it. Are you listening to me? Yoruba can commit sin and get away with it. Oh, yeah, well, okay, so I'm going to memory. The fact that other people are doing very horrible things doesn't mean you should follow them. This is what I've been preaching on Radio Biafra for years. The fact that they fought for their freedom by deceiving themselves and lying doesn't mean you have to follow suit because you are his own. You belong to heaven. That is, you know, when I used to tell you that only if you know who you are. Don't I say that to you? Only if you know. Even you won't allow white people to sit near you.
Welcome, an infiltrator. Welcome. I don't block anybody. Today is Sunday service. We have an infiltrator, but I must warn you, let your comment go in line with the instructions of this platform. It is good to have an idiot with divergent opinion. Sometimes you need to know that idiocy is around you so that you can learn how idiotic people can be. Not just to write. We are still following him. Now he's our leader. Nobody know you. You just write and run away. I ain't gonna what we are doing is not good to you. I ain't gonna frustrate you. I ain't gonna frustrate you with these messages until they lower you and your family in 6 feet. I don't know what is the problem with many of you black idiots. If you have a problem, if you have a contrary opinion, your job is, that's why I love white people, and he said it here. If you know that what somebody is doing is wrong, it's not by saying, "Ya mama, ya papa, die there." It doesn't stop it. That's what we are preaching to autopilot infiltrators, which I know many of you are one of them. In where a contrary opinion, that's how white people do. Because me and you cannot be in the same line. If they say, Mr. Man, I disagree with what he's preaching, bring your number here, let me teach you people, or let me explain that he's wrong. That's how human beings behave. Just like when I was starting this, and I told people that there's some places he may mention here that I disagree with him. He's a human being. I can say, Onyishu, with all due respect, this is not correct, but this is why it is correct. You cannot just come and condemn somebody. Then you don't have a solution. That's the problem with the black species, and that is why today they are the lowest of the low. And as we started, they are running crazy. It is in the gift of man not to be perfect. After all, he gathered his own experience and his knowledge through around his environment, and the knowledge have encountered. Oh, click on when knowledge in Kegu woman encounter based on this topic on a now. You raise the akari. I he be a look at there. Cardi couldn't not the canon whether nonsense. Oh, people like you, people will say there's no God. I let China I have to go I know the work. Because I can't create an idiot now the case. Brother, for example, you will a creator now. You get create an idiot. Oh, yeah, I'm a creator. I'm the man. Maybe come creator me. I didn't take care of them. Man who goes man who with his stupidity that all have frustrated a lot of people. Ma penyoya, ma for boy ka bread. Lubi anime does being. If now you know what you go do. That's why we said, you see this thing about you Gabiama. Otone Jan only came himself, only care will shishin on him. The fact that I know Kuchugo Gabiama God because we don't understand what is going on. We now say, okay, let us call one thing. To hold on to that thing that is confusing us. Agree to all of you. Let's continue. I'll just come and put you in order. Either another thing, I will remove you immediately. But you're gonna go so much.
You are too special. Don't worry about the fact that you come from Black Africa. You have no light. I want an natural to suck your blood, mosquito. You are very, very special. Because only you has he chosen of all the families of the earth, and he is going to punish you. That's what he said. I will not in punishment. We are in a place where we are being chased up and down and being killed needlessly for no reason. That is one Almighty. In fact, if you live in a country with Hausa Fulani, there is no worse punishment than that. You are finished. Completely finished. And we must preach it. Chukwuka Abiyama said, I will punish you. I will make you suffer. Somebody should please go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and only give me verse 15. Write it down one after the other. When you sequence all these verses and chapters together, you will begin to appreciate the magnitude and the awesomeness of the Most High. Give me the book of Deuteronomy. Only chapter 15, I beg of you. Verse 15 rather. 28:15. Go ahead.
But if you disobey the Lord your God, and do not faithfully keep all his commandments and the laws that I'm giving you today, all these evil things will happen to you.
Stop. Did you hear that? You know, when we preach this gospel, they say, oh, you bring religion. You are bringing religion into it. There are some things you don't understand. This is Biafra. Biafra is the only way that you can be connected back to Chukwuka Abiyama. That is why I know that Biafra is coming. Because what we are doing now is exactly what Chukwuka Abiyama said must be done before his kingdom comes to earth as it is in heaven. You must know who he is. You must understand his anger and his wrath and his punishment. So says the Lord of hosts. If you don't know the meaning of it. But it shall come to pass, if you do not obey the voice of the Almighty, what is going to be your punishment? Your punishment is that you will suffer. Listen to what he said. To observe carefully all his commandments.
Only can we talk the face here because face here question now. So that any idiot not here. So that can I hold the face because I'm going to take she get home to people and here be the way we were. Only she can talk the face here like this. Or just go on and on like this. And I'm here very well. This one should come over here. Nigeria's I'm going to carry the one Nigeria so that they come. Let me see if I can be able to zoom it a little bit. I don't know why. Just give me 1 second, so I'll be back.
I know what he said. You know, each time I make reference to his commandments, Exodus chapter 20, people think I don't know what I'm doing. I'm telling you what the Bible said, that if you don't keep those commandments, you are in one almighty trouble. Hausa doesn't have to keep it. Are you listening to me? Yoruba doesn't have to keep the commandment. They don't need to. They can still get their private aircraft from the Pentecostal rubbish. It doesn't stop them from appearing as if they are surviving. Chukwuka Abiyama said, I chose you specifically because you are mine. If you do the same thing that they do, I will destroy you. I will cut you off from the ends of the earth. He said, you will obey my commandments and all my statutes, which I command you today. What are those? You will not have another God beside me. It is people don't know English language, I'm sorry to say. It is a commandment. It is not for you to change. It is I command you to do something. It's not and Jesus came. All the things has gone away. New things have become people talk rubbish. Nonsense. What did the Most High say? He said, you must keep all my commandments and my statutes, which I command you to do today, on this very day of atonement, on this day that you remember. Then all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. It shall come upon you and overtake you. Somebody should take me to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, 15 to 68. We are sequencing our problems and the promises of heaven. I'm not telling you about riches and wealth. These are the words of the Most High. Also, you obey my commandment. You will have no God before me. Don't follow any cross. Anything made of man is arose. Any human being you worship is idolatry. So says the Lord of hosts. You only worship him because he's jealous. He said, you will not share my glory with anybody else. And you don't share it. You want to share his glory. Let us see, children of Biafra, what your punishment is. I want to tell you why you are in Malaysia today. Kuala Lumpur, police is here in the scriptures. Unama Bible, I'm sorry to say. If you know this very word of the Most High, you will understand that Biafra, you are privileged to be allowed to be partaking in Biafra restoration. I'm telling you, if you are here, you are privileged to be participating in the restoration of Biafra. That is why each time we gather, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you. Please, somebody should give me 28:15 to 68. I beg of you. Open soul Chineke. Open soul Chineke. Very, very important.
But it shall come to pass, if you do not obey the voice of the Lord your God, to observe carefully all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you today, that all those curses will come upon you and overtake you. Verse 16. Cursed shall you be in the city, and cursed shall you be in the country.
Stop. You will suffer in Lagos. You will suffer in Kano. You will suffer in London. You will suffer in New York, in San Francisco, in Kuala Lumpur. If you're in Guangzhou, you will suffer. If you are in Tokyo, you will suffer. In Taipei, you will suffer. If you come back to Aguleri, you will suffer. If you come to Okigwe, you will suffer. If you go to Isama Faruku, you will suffer. Wherever you are, punishment and suffering will follow you. Are you not suffering here? Those of you that went to the village and just came back, are we not suffering in our villages? Are we not suffering in our villages? Do you believe that what we are reading for you now is the word of the Most High, Chukwu Open source in Igwe, direct from heaven, not adulterated by a Yoruba man. Open source from the Old Testament, where there is Yokuno. Please continue to give us this punishment.
Verse 17, he said, cursed shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. Verse 18, cursed shall be the fruit of your body, and the produce of your land, the increase of your cattle, and the offspring of your flocks. Verse 19, cursed shall you be when you come in, and cursed shall you be when you go out.
Stop. These are the things that our people don't understand. The reason why I chose today to preach this very gospel is this, because it's the day of atonement, for you to understand the mess you're in. Chukwu Abiyama is angry with us. So angry that United Nations, UNESCO, for the first time in their history gave a prediction that the Igbo language will be extinct in 75 years. They said this 3 years ago. So you have 72 more years to go before you cease to exist as a people. Complete destruction is coming. That is why the only thing that can save you people is Biafra. Without Biafra, that is, you will be completely decimated. And there will be no pity and no mercy. And you're adding to it every Sunday. You're adding to that curse. That is why the more churches you build, the poorer you become. I'm telling you what the scripture is saying, not man. Curse shall be the fruit of your body, your children. Do you know what that means? As a father or a mother in the village, you will be there and they will tell you that your son jumped from 16th floor of a building in Kuala Lumpur and that child is dead. How about the produce of your land? Curse shall be the produce of your land. Where does the oil come from? Land. Where does the gas come from? Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying it? Curse shall also be the produce of your land, because you won't enjoy it. Curse shall you be when you come and when you go. If you travel through Murtala Mohammed Airport, they will say you are a Biafran. They will make life intolerable for you. Curse shall you be your outing and your coming in. If you send your container, they will seize it in Lagos. Even as you're coming back home, there is every checkpoint known to man along the way of customs. They will take money from you. Even when you arrive at Opa Iweka market, Wazirike and the few criminals that he's breeding will be waiting for you to pay 20,000 before you can offload your own container. You are truly cursed. You are truly, truly cursed. So says the Lord of hosts. We must continue. I want somebody should read for me, please. The same place we are reading, but only this time around. Take me to verse 20. Our brother started at verse 19. Is that correct? Take me to verse 20, please. Hold on, please. Go ahead.
Verse 20. The Lord will send on you cursing, confusion, and rebuke in all that you set your hand to do, until you are destroyed, and until you perish quickly because of the wickedness of your doing, in which you have forsaken me.
Stop. That is, it's called raining curses upon you. That is why you need to atone. Let me read it for you. You will be a confused people. Are you not confused? Every Igbo group, every Igbo gathering is divided into two. There is infighting everywhere. You will become a confused people. Wherever you are, in America, in Europe, in Asia, you will remain confused. Any gathering you call, any uzuko, any coming together of you people, once your name comes out, once you say this is Igbo, from that day this curse will descend upon you. You must divide. You must break into pieces. The Bible was written, when I mean the Bible, I mean Old Testament. Not New Testament, Old Testament. It was written before even Yeshua came. Do you know that? It was written before the ones that the Gentiles call Jesus Christ. Because you have to be a Gentile to call him Jesus Christ. That's how we know you're a Gentile. Because that's not his name. Somebody from Iguacha, you said the person is from Port Harcourt. Which one is more genuine? Is it Iguacha or Port Harcourt? The same thing. We that are Biafrans, very genuine, we know the name to be Iguacha. It's only if you're a foreigner you say Port Harcourt. You will be unsuccessful in all you set your hands to until you perish for forsaking the Most High. Anything you said, you've been trying to rule the zoo now for some time. Let us go and form Abga. We will come from here and then we win 5 states. We do nonsense. It will not work. Every blessed year, our people gather to strategize. Let us see. Is that not true? If we call a meeting now here
I'm sure you have Ohaneze in Malaysia. Is that not correct? If you go to their meeting, they'll be discussing, let us discuss how to move forward. Every week, how to move forward. For the past 50 years, they are still planning on how to move. We are preaching the gospel as I told you. We'll preach it.
But this one is correct. How to strategize. It's true. Just like autopilot that just started yesterday. That is why this IPOB, we said now, we've never seen an organization that lasted so long like this. Normally, if it was before, the way it's supposed to be, I'm a Kosalian, I'm a Yagola. And the other one, you put a structure. Just to check, you got autopilot now, for example. Heavy the leash. Have a different groups. One kind of accountability group. Just 2000 and the Guinea can have that. Here 2021. When you do even 2022, because 2021, how can claim about the kind of with the IPOB? Let me see if I will see their picture. Oh, before you know it, the problem may be here and there. Never football form you do. How former CEO? What do they call it? No, DOE. Even all through them can be another DOE. Select one vindication. But that's all now. Now you need to prepare because of this situation. I hate you confusion. Now man, no one another. No one even here praise when you do that. The man is very very strong. Or just to create this one in case someone at DOS go fail or then the DOE now be the no one's on. How can you high with something like you confuse everybody? Look here now. How about Salah? How about Salah? If they're going to leash. Look here. Let me bring their faces. Look here. And what's on who's ever hand now? How to move forward. How soon do you joke? Look here. Look, can't talk about their faces. Look here. Onion car now is out. Onion car Paul. Care indicate look at Care no hair, Gary. Gary Qual. Cabo of Fito, like what on yard. Castle Ignatius, so getting so run that Lequachan, and Onella. Hagari Chala, or Sophia. Lequaha. Hagari Chala. Cabo Gaddafi move well, Nello Fabu the same thing. Rabbi, Hagari Chala. So that is why I just said this IPOB on even obligate to our people. They are not happy. That why is IPOB staying longer now? Is it not how we used to do it before? Is that when we create under 1 year, we just disappear, everybody will go their way. Then we form another one. But these people came here and they don't want to go. So that other people can come in. Director for MSC. I agree with this in this one, how to move forward. That's what we discuss everywhere.
Verse 21 to 22. I'm afraid of reading it.
More Perpetua, more Clara, Johnson and O'Hare.
I'm telling you, this is terrible. But because it's the truth, it must be spoken. Please go ahead and give it to us. 21 to 22, please.
Verse 21. The Lord will make the plague sin to you until he has consumed you from the land which you are going to possess. 22. The Lord will strike you with consumption, with fever, with inflammation, with severe burning fever, with the sword, with scourge.
They are not this Bible. If you don't know how to read fluently, I say on your Bible, Papa Bible, here go now, how you had the primary school. Now, people sometimes like this, a man go put something fluently, is weak. You go put something now, oh, you like a motor or Kukuibo. Back this is now on your go again.
scorching, and with mildew. They shall pursue you until you perish.
My goodness. My goodness. Nah, God, is it too much? I am telling you your punishment while you are in Malaysia, while you are scattered all over the world. So says the Lord of hosts. Everything happening to you has been predicted in the scriptures for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years. You are in the year 2015. And the same thing applies to all of you here gathered and those listening all over the world. I will read it for you. Our brother was being very, very kind. The plague, you might hear plague. All the need ditch, that is punishment, will cling to you. You know what it means to cling? Will punish suffering and pain. You will wear it as you wear your cloth. It's on your body, will not go away. You will be stricken with severe burning fever, inflammation, illnesses that will pursue you until you perish. Until they it will pursue you until it consumes you, until you perish. My goodness me. The Almighty will change your rain to powder and dust to destroy you. All those things we used to take for granted in those days. You know, when we are small, you will come out in a dark world or you'll be running about, you know, having fun in the village. Nobody was hungry. Was anybody hungry then? All of that will change. Although you have Mr. Biggs and tasty fried chicken, you will go hungry. You will not be able to feed. So says the Lord of hosts. And as we continue, still on the same 2 Chronicles, of course. Can somebody, please, somebody different give me verse 25, please. I want verse 25. Verse 25, I plead with you. We are on the book of Deuteronomy 28. Please, 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 please. Very, very important. Can somebody give me verse 25?
Lord, make thee to fall down before thy enemies. One way might thou go out against them, and flee 7 ways, and be scattered throughout all the kingdoms of the earth.
Not at all. Not what I have here. Not what I have here. No, not what I have here. Go ahead.
25, Deuteronomy. The Lord will give your enemies victory over you.
Simple.
You will attack them from one direction, but you will run from them in all directions. And all the people on earth will be terrified when they see what happened to you.
Thank you. That is the proper one to read. It is 25. I'll read it to you. Your enemies will defeat you. You shall become troublesome to all the kingdoms of the earth. Do you know what that means? Don't Britain hate us? Don't some European countries hate us today? Do Obama, does he love you? Obama. Why is it that when it comes to us, when they kill us, CNN will not report it or BBC? Because you are troublesome to the kingdoms of the earth. They will see, once they hear Biafra, do they want to talk about us? Once they hear Biafra, do they want to discuss you anymore? Because they see you as troublesome. This is contained in the book of Deuteronomy. Before you were born, they will hear your name and they will say, no, we don't want to deal with you. And your enemies will defeat you. Our Fulani will come. They will use their guns. They will open fire upon you. They will kill you. And there is nothing anybody can do about it. All those kingdoms of the earth, they will pretend they didn't hear what is happening to you. Because the Lord your God has forsaken you. Because you have sinned against him. You will be deemed troublesome to all the kingdoms of the earth. My goodness me. Very, very sad indeed. What is happening to our people that we do not know. Your carcasses shall be food for all the birds and the beasts, and no one shall frighten them away. When you are walking all the way from Niger, having trekked from Sokoto, you are trying to go to Europe, you are trying to get to Libya, or perhaps to Egypt, to cross the water to go to Europe. Don't you fall on the way and die? Have you seen that video? Didn't the birds of the air come to feed on them? Before you before you dreamt of traveling to Europe through the Sahara Desert, it has been predicted this will happen to you. They said you will try to flee from your land, and as you're going to die. And the worst part of it, vultures, it is here. This was before we started to travel abroad. It was written thousands of years ago, but of course, it pertains to us. Did you see that when the vultures were coming to feed on the people who died of thirst and hunger in the desert, there was nobody to stop them? Well, did you see anybody pursuing away the udele? Nobody was pursuing them, and they were consumed. That is verse number 26. You will be stricken with disease that cannot be healed. Like sickle cell. Do you know you cannot heal sickle cell? Do you know sickle cell is a black disease? Do you know white people don't suffer from sickle cell? Don't know that? Oh, you don't know? They don't suffer from sickle cell. Sickle cell anemia is only preserved for you. And that is why the white man, they don't have a cure for it. It's not their illness, it's not their disease. Chukwu Abiyama said it. How about diabetes? Can you cure it? Of course, the answer is no. You can manage it. How about asthma? Can you cure asthma? The answer is no. You can only manage it. These are the diseases that are now afflicting our people by virtue of our association with those we are not supposed to be mixing with. These are the words of the Most High. Do I talk about HIV/AIDS or even Ebola or cancer? You can only manage it. You cannot cure it. And there is one that frightens me even the more. Every course here, when I read it, I become frightened. They said, you shall grope as a blind man in the dark. You know what that means? You're already blind. And then they put you in a house that is also dark as well. Listen to this very course. Not only are you blind, you should be on radio, and then they put you in a room full of darkness. There is no light. And they ask you to go and find something in it. So shall you become amongst men on this very earth. And this is exactly what is happening to you. Regardless of which church you go to. Regardless of who your pastor is. Regardless of your denomination. It will not save you. If it doesn't, if you think that maybe if you do one deal or the other, you're doing in a member of FOMA, it will come to you eventually. Everybody will suffer. Remember what I told you about kidnapping? It will affect even those you consider to be rich men. It's happening today. It doesn't matter where you are today. This course is meant for you. And you can never, ever escape it. Forget about your prosperity preaching. If you read the book of Acts of Apostles, he promised them fire came from heaven. You are finished. So says the Lord of hosts. You shall not prosper. Do you know that the child of a former, senator was shot dead in Abuja? Yeah, what of it? Okoro. It affects everybody. You will suffer. You shall not prosper. You shall be only oppressed and plundered continually, and no one shall save you. I want you to listen. You don't people. He said you are going to be suffering. Awasa will take your oil and gas. They will destroy you. They will shut down your coal. Everything is in the scriptures. And you know the funniest thing? Nobody will save you. We can write our letter from now to you and from now to the kingdom come. Nobody will talk to you. It's in the script before moon. It was there in the scriptures as predicted. Nobody will talk to you. Nobody will listen to you. You will cry as much as you like. No one shall save you. When you go to Bulgaria, as Chief Justice Speaker Woke, they will say, we don't want another Japan. We can't save you. When you run to OAU will even send troops to kill you as they did against us. The same Britain that gave you New Testament one, and Jesus saves, maybe. Did they come to save you? Is America not a Christian country? Is America not a Christian country? Did they come to save you? Did Denmark come to save you? Did Spain come to save you? Did Italy come to save you? Roman Catholic. That's why you're suffering. But we are here to preach it. Nobody will save you. Nobody is going to save you. You are going to die. You will be plundered. No amount of tithe can save you. No amount of planting of seed or sowing of nonsense can save you. You must return to him. Only those of you called back. He's not calling Yoruba or Hausa. He said those of you that have CHI or not your name. Those of you called by my name. If you come back to me and know that I'm the Lord your God, then I will restore your inheritance. If you say no to me, I will, before your eyes, I will destroy you. Yoruba can get away with it by lying, but you are my own. You belong to me. I'm the creator of everything. I blessed you. That is why your mother can give birth to you and you become an engineer. Because of that special blessing. That is why you have Chinua Achebe, Chikobi. That is why you have the finest brains in the whole world coming from Biafra land. That is why we gave mankind the internet. It is us. But Naji. Our cannot produce. Never. Maybe. Those are the promises he gave you. But he said, if you disobey me, I will destroy you. You may plant a vineyard, but you will not enjoy the grapes. Your livestock may be slaughtered, but you will not eat it. They don't mean ordinary fowl or goat. That that gas coming from Ohaji, you can never enjoy it. No matter what you do, you can't. I was an Ebeline. And so is Britain. You are suffering indeed, I tell you. These are the words of the Most High. You may have a wife, but another will take her. Has that happened to you or not? Bongo Sikwe, Ndidi. All of them, Haruna, Major General, every Major General, even Obasanjo, every Major General. If once you clock about 65, you come and looking for my mom. A lot of women left. They never came back. But unfortunately, they gave birth to rubbish. I know
the struggle. I tell you.
They will take your wives from you. So says the Lord of hosts. You may build a house, but you won't get to dwell in it. And it is two ways. Some of us will have houses in the village. Are we living in it? Are we living in those houses? The ones you had in Iguacha and in Lagos. I think they abandoned property, aren't they? Did you get them back? Did you get your abandoned property back? Do you know it's in the Bible? I'm reading it. What I'm telling you is in the Bible. Now, you may build a house, but you won't get to dwell in it. It's in the scriptures. Open fortunately, that you may know what is happening to you. What is taken violently away from you will not be restored. Anything you lost during the war will never come back to you. Your enemies will receive them, and no one will rescue them for you. All your abandoned properties, which is against international laws and norms of the whole of the earth. Do you know that nobody is going to get your houses back for you? Are they not gone? So says, this is, I'm talking about verse 30 to 30. But some of you read it, you don't know.
and your Pentecostal pastor will not take you to this place before you know who you are. If you clap your hand and sow seed, you'll get prosperity. Nonsense. Your sons and your daughters shall be given away to other people. Do you know what that means? Your sons and daughters will be given away to other people. Do you remember when that man came and took our sister? Do you remember? I preached on it. We said it as news. And when the father was a pastor, went to go and get the daughter back, they asked him to come to Sharia court. Do you remember? The something of Esu of Nupe. Esu, the millipede of Nupe. Do you remember that? Do you know that your daughters are being taken from the roads in Awasa land in broad daylight? There's nothing anybody's doing about it. Do you know how many of your daughters who are wives to Boko Haram? Do you remember the one that escaped? There was one that escaped and gave an interview. You have forgotten, haven't you? I think they got her from Kanu or thereabout. They took her as a slave for Boko Haram. You don't know. An Igbo girl. My goodness me. Is also in the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 32. All your problems are in the scriptures. They are all there. We must preach it. My goodness me. Things are happening that is beyond human comprehension and understanding because we don't know the scriptures. We don't understand it. They came and they took us as slaves from the shores of West Africa. They took us all the way to the Americas. We worked for them. Nobody paid us for nearly 300 years without pay. You built United States of America from the ground up. You Biafran people did. The slaves now, they came from the Deccan and Awasa land. Any Awasa slave in America. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad. We lost our husband and our wife's property, our dignity, our pride, our intellect, our self-identity, our self-esteem. We never got them back. Today somebody is answering, I don't know, what names you have here? Anthony. Give me Charles. Give me those useless names you answer. David is even good. Johnson.
Hi. What is going on? What is going on?
Prosperity preaching.
Very, very sad.
I was an Ebenin. Now you know your fathers have known they come from Awasa land. Any Awasa slave in America.
I greet all of you. I think I'm about to.
Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad. We lost our husband and our wife's property, our dignity, our pride, our intellect, our self-identity, our self-esteem. We never got them back. Today somebody is answering, I don't know, what names you have here? Anthony. Give me Charles. Give me those useless names you answer. David is even good. Johnson. Hillary. No, Samuel is a Linda. Linda. Snake. Cynthia. But I don't need more call her. Jennifer. Perpetual. My goodness me. My goodness me. Your identities will be lost. You never get it back again.
Hold up there. Let's just leave it here. Let's just leave it here. The gospel logo. The gospel logo. I will just in summary of what he's preaching. In summary, the still thing boiled down to for us to go back to where we come from and who we are. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusions now. Oh, when they did that in there, there. Thank you. Hammer, this is what we are going to pass through. But I ain't waking up. You when I say problem Gabana land, this is why I told many of you that are Christians. You don't obey the law. Pope pass again now. I'm not two married men at home. They are practicing homosexuality. Can you not cook on here for now? The one had brother, they are practicing gay. No, na ban.
Chino Sonia.
Now, our people should stop these things. Make them no kill them. Let me tell you, they can say Abraham mad. Where people will show power. No, will show power. Let me tell you the problem we have. These people that do these things now, they are Christians. They are the fellow Christians. Now, pay attention. There's one particular video I watched one certain time. A Fulani man who kidnapped children, put them in one house. I want to tell you that we are cowards, and that's why we are preaching to go back to our root. That's why we are preaching to many of you that tell you there's no power in Jesus. Jesus won yala. Virgin Mary, there's no power. And can I say, in the name of Jesus, every knee shall not lie. In the name of Jesus, if you are suffering, will increase. That fool and they didn't do him anything. You know, tell you, something. Hey, we are going to hand you over to the police. No, get a man I know that is not allowed in our land. You want to take yourself to this issue. Or about Ghana, who know Africa. And they are here now. How they really? Can they really look at her? Or Brown about her mamma Gigi Abel?
The reason they're not president.
Today, any day for him
and all pastor. All pastor. Here I walk pastor.
There was gone.
What you get?
Onye Obama.
Oh, Chonya Bini. Oh, Chonya Bini. Okay, the Queba Nacha Black, Eba Nacha White, the Karim Bokol. Asa Hancha, very dirty smelling idiot. None our land, and they take you over.
Okay, good.
I like the Opiwo, and is yes, church. I need you to go to Ashe. Oh, no. Pope man, I admit. Ndok, none one vote. You can have your own, your brothers in Christ. He Pope approved. How about me in our land? I like a motor Jimati, so you will have made no kill them. Made no kill them. Ndagi Bubu did the autopilot had. Yam all this Biafran government in exile. Kegida that is say hang yaha, even a Urema court on hole. They can cause death to our generation. They cause calamity in our land. They are had just a name one her joy. I got him work about normally conserve. Yahweh back again have gone and preach what we are preaching. Normal all their life. But my problem is that a question in me and the public have inside the everything. Because in me and the public you may influence others. Oh yeah, the problem. There's no asimuna that's but yeah will go dead private within yourselves. Because our pastor. Or the honor no law. Okay, that's a when I don't know what is going on. I don't know what is going on in our land. You get what I had our one salaba in your now. Thank you. Now, let's go another version.
Give me feet to forgive us and to give us the land of Biafra. Moyantia gula ishikia turu amla ankia ukasikia nto isikia ba. Eniye akuya akle ishikia ampote kia usikia ba umpelepe. Akientoro ukia usikia ulamshinkia akulume ikamu kisikia do alia. Iniye anko ila usikiria ula ukia uni isikia upankrete sekerepe. Aniye erekusika ule ishikia mpro aklo isikia akla ushikia ula isikia yambo. Aniye kurapo sikiria I speak to the infidel. I speak to the uncircumcised. Paliana kisia pro ekina lama eporoto shikiampola ansukre iti ula ushikiaba. Nyensekla ushio amla impikia antere unia sikaya bala. The land of Biafra is here, Nyenkula, and we are stepping into the land of Biafra. The gate has been broken and the shackles have been removed from the hands of your son. Fernandekani is free. Porente ile usikia alamsikiaba. That gate has been broken. You cannot hold the Son of Man hostage. Malintia akuma ankila asikraba. The rain of heaven has fallen and the shackles have been removed. And very soon your son Mazi Methuselah shall raise the flag for the nation of Biafra, and we shall celebrate. For the gates of hell shall not prevail against us. For we will sing and we will rejoice. Everybody in Ipob that is planning to hold Mazi Methuselah hostage in ESS, you shall die. All of you shall die. Everybody that has planned with these politicians to conduct election in Anambra State, you all shall die. Everybody that have received calls, everybody in Ipob that have received calls from the politicians, to conduct election in Biafra land, you shall die. Everybody in Ipob that have collected money from the politicians to help them conduct election in Biafra land, you shall die. So Biafra is here. Nothing can hold Mazi Methuselah down. Because he's going to come and declare the nation of Biafra and we will celebrate. Anybody that has hands in anything against the son of God, Mazi Methuselah, you shall die, for Biafra is here. The spirit of Biafra is here to take center. The spirit of Biafra will sweep all of you. For the soul that sinneth shall die. Glory be unto your holy name, Jehovah. Glory be unto your holy name, Jehovah El Shaddai. Ndi ichie niile ekene m gị. Ekene m ndị niile, mmụọ niile na-ejele ozi, ekene m unu. Mmụọ niile na-ejele m ozi, ekene m unu. Ekene m oke mmụọ Idu. Idu oke mmụọ. Ekene m gị. Idu oke mmụọ. Ekene m gị. Idu oke mmụọ. Ekene m gị Idu. Idu, 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 Idu. Ekene m gị Idu. Idu, Idu. Oke mmụọ Idu. Ekene m gị Idu. Oke mmụọ Idu. Idu, 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 Idu. Oke mmụọ Idu. Ekene m gị Idu. Were ocheeze gị Idu. Ekene m gị Idu. Bịa zọba anyị Idu. Ekene m gị Idu. Oke mmụọ Idu. Idu, 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 Idu. Ekene m gị Idu. Ekene m gị Idu. Idu oke mmụọ. Idu oke mmụọ. Idu
It's okay. These are the things we encounter when we are following this struggle, and those that are clapping for her are still here. Everybody, right on. I want to all of them depend on this woman. The woman Amotaze, the infiltrator, the chief infiltrator now. So all of these things are in our land. So in summary, what we are preaching is to tell our people that I think let me see if I see that particular place. That guy asked our leader question. I think this is a 230 something. Exactly what we are seeing today, because they don't know the price of freedom. Let me see what I have here.
Not even saying 2 days, because we have suffered. We have been subjected to suffering, been taken as an animals, but God will help us. Director, you are trying. It is not easy. Every day you sit down like this, 5 hours, 3 hours. Even when you were preaching, some people were sleeping. But God is with you. The hand of God is with you. And no man can tamper your life. Don't be afraid. The Most High God is with you. Even when they come to you, they will be blind, they won't see you. In the name of Yeshua. So, Director, I want to tell you, please, you are the leader of this struggle. Anything that happens to you, honestly, some people will hang up themselves. And whatever you are planning, don't allow anybody to rush you to do anything prematurely. Because what we want is that you to be dead and for us to be liberated. Plan it solid. Very solid. Don't leak your secrets. Forget about whatever the whole world might be saying. Forget about pushing you to the wall. Stand on your ground and plan everything very well. That when we want to attack the zoo, it is once. Once we strike, the zoo will fall. Director, we are no longer afraid of any country. We are no longer afraid of Britain, US. We want to die. We want to die. So if you want to strike the whole zoo, especially Abuja, finish all. We want to die, Director. We love you so much.
Hold on there. Hold on. The check. I know the Konya not autopilot. Now you check it very well. Onya Ukwe say, I'm a come the banya. Gather some of you that are watching. I'm one of them experience. Onya go ahead and say I calm or down. No rush for a rush. No talk with premature. Goga walo ta tomorrow. I be blame okwe nibo. You check here. No, we call him there. No, name autopilot now. Ikagula. Ha be a shikule to the square one. The idiot name brokers and people are going to say, "Oh, guy, you are talking too much now." No, this is not the reason why we join you. You told us that the US are talking, that you are ready. Now we are here with you. Now let me play you their fundraising. What's I trying to say now? I'm gonna ask anybody that don't want to contribute now. I get weapon here. Now I ain't gonna poison some of you mind with facts and figures. Onyendu, uno say we are US are not striking and only the action. When we do action, they are say, what are we doing? They are against okay, now let us come together. Me and you come together. Instead, let Biafra not come. For me and you to come together. Let me see if it's what I have here. Let me see. I have a lot of things here, but I must be careful what I play. Before the voice will come out. Let me see this. Let me see this one. I know this one. Okay, is this one? People are trying to say they are. Okay, I'm going to fundraising. How about the fundraising? Israel. In Israel, ego. Same way, Even the key with a grand man or let me see if it's what I have here.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. This is not a place where we are going to ask admins how far they have gone with their respective members that were assigned to them. It's after this fundraising we will know those who honor this particular.
Okay, he's still with us. He's still around. He stays. Okay, that's nice. That's good. That's good. If he's good, because only advice I say only cool because some of us that know what is freedom, know what it means, brother. You think even when you care over happiness, when you care, a lot of people. Mason na declare Biafra. This is not a small sum. It's not a small thing. It's not something one person can come and tell you, I want to declare Biafra. I want to give you Biafra. So okay, if you declare Biafra now, all those countries that are benefiting from our oil, they will say, okay, I recognize you. America will say, I recognize you. Okay, okay, one criminal. Okay, his name is Simon. Okay, he have declared Biafra. Okay, tell him that we are in support. Britain will say we are in support. America, France, we are in support. Germany, on all the flags. Okay, they are here. I don't know how this will reason. One idiot, nobody. Even Ota Gozo Konji Walam. Ya Wamna no get declared Biafra. Ya Yama de Ama was international figure. Ama say Madam calm down, sit down. One idiot need to go to a new man and go say I'm declared Biafra. And a lot of you now who's anyone. He knows now he just confusion on Musa. Amamo plan Hana Musa say because Patana Emma where Hana hand there ho Nigeria government had very deadly. They can do anything to deceive a lot of you. And we can Musa in Patana complaining. And now these people they are this Biafran military squad or Biafran army. They are frustration also. They are killing our people. How they hope that you and their followers go and see Musa is crying. You are just starting. Or no burn up or now what you are looking for. Okay, I know we make a Musa ne Baba. I want to have Biafra. Now, listen. Look here. I get up here from the group.
Fundraising today, and those who do not honor it without any reason will be removed from the 1,000 man group. It's a resolution that will pass. So anybody that is not here today, and you don't have any reason why you're not here.
People are about lost now. One again. It will go can strike. They are not seeing anything. If I lie, let me not see tomorrow. Got on the internet now. The highest thing I hold 3 seconds video. Only how I say now we've neutralized them. Mogi na parliament ebe Musa G microphone as na their frustration also. The man is not crying because they are frustrating him in the north, or maybe say they are frustrating him in Kaduna or in Lagos. The man say they are frustrating him in Biafra land. How? Okay, so they want to tell us now that Fulani have the interest of my people at heart to tell the government that they are frustrating their job in Biafra land. I don't understand. I'm at for you before I'm allowed.
You will be removed after this fundraising. So that is the way we are going it from now on. We need to be very serious on what we are doing. The phase we are now is a phase that we are not going to miss or lose any chances at all. So every resource is
chances money. Oh, where go? Because he's jobless. What is jobless? So before I gonna be an idea settle here. People know they omo when they job agolana. The idiot no bola saw the commander. On his way now, Oba was to the travel. O to chore gari ikabram. Now, look here.
It's needed to push to this next phase that we're entering.
Which phase?
So everybody is needed, no matter how small, no matter how little.
No matter how small, no matter how little. Here now. Here when he teach on na pastors, ndị Pentecostal church, no matter how little, no matter how small, to Lord you adre, okay now one direct here, it will go a long way in getting you people Biafra. So how we get ya luna aga. No matter how little. I'm what you need too. I don't know how to reason. No matter how little, no matter how small it is. They say, on social media. Okay, what of assume that say, took a break our social media down? Say, no more social media. How will you get your fund? No, how will you get your money? I know many of you are still robbing bank. Robbing, not, doing kidnapping. I want one old man, no babu. 84 years old woman. Old man, sorry. Not just babu for the man. Now we're saboteur. So him smile do now. Make I call one of you. So una the beg now. Una the beg say no matter how little, no matter how small. Or if yalo haga.
So after this fundraising today, we are going to have the emergency meeting tomorrow as well.
Another one. After today, another emergency meeting. What is all about money? One ma'am egalo she before Gile no lord the person igrucho. Why him? They gonna focus him on a bedroom. Even when he can get a toilet, a bona sao. I come on big. All good not 10 naira. I can a sack everywhere. Now the thing will be cool. No matter how little brother. One no more to because undo I watch. One go to the tap through. No matter how small it is. With the
admins of the 1,000 name group to know who and who is not here and who did not participate in this emergency fundraising. Then the person don't have any reason to be part.
They don't want to be.
We're entering. So everybody is needed, no matter how small, no matter how little. So after this fundraising today,
it's okay. It's okay. Ikagula, let me call one before I go. Come to Korea say, are you know you are now a genealogue? Let me call you. Go Island. Yeah, hello. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
How can I church? Oh, yeah, member on Dr. Pilot. I saw your number online. I want to do some job. One night. Oh,
KBC, number here.
But how was number?
Okay, because I've been wondering who is this that has been calling me since at odd hours.
Emma, I know what I call. I know what I'm confused because of our prime minister, and this woman now. I say that now in your ESN, I treat as a criminal, or that's the ESN a ban on it.
ESN, the old ESN has been told to collapse into Biafra Liberation Army.
Okay, Mazi Methuselah, sorry, because all you are creating the ESN.
They have betrayed Mazi Methuselah now. They don't have this man, Chinas and Woru. A GZ and his Wushi. A GZ and him Puni then on over. Then they set it up, whatever they set it up.
Okay.
So
our prime minister, I'm the prime minister, so I had in charge. Now I had in charge of ESN. So how had in charge?
Yeah, when he was in charge now, but now the DOS, Nnamdi Kanu order to take you over. They refused.
Yeah.
DOS so we charted our own course.
Okay.
And you could use everything. DOS on you bet.
Okay.
So I the thing now. They disobeyed him as in the town. The instruction was let someone up take over and be broadcasting. They refused. They disobeyed him. But they say no command and control, So my brother, you can have one, my brother.
Okay.
You can have one.
Okay. Back I'm going to okay, all Simon that say collapse, okay.
And it should be collapsed into. Then you literally join in. Biafra Liberation Army should leave ESN because they are target for this. Who's of them man now? Also, I can't book on honey. name and then epitre.
Now, but because someone they came who are non online, they commander ESN, NASA, such a thing will not happen because the thing it would take
those people have no power, nothing. What are they doing? Federal government or when someone commander, my chief of army staff, my chief of or someone on.
Okay.
Someone is the recognized bona fide leader of Biafra struggle now.
Okay, what has
until Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay,
no, until Nnamdi Kanu comes out. When on a prison on a wood leader. Only have to argue when you show the pope.
I will, but I'm not not confused. Like, oh, and then I didn't do as an album. How about I'm creating now this country? How I do some game where I'm bitter, again, a metal, e.g. Bob Tamazan, 150 days that Biafra will come, and they didn't come.
Leave them, you will see. Okay, if we are not working, why Oji Worosama Nepaka, Chief of General Staff, Jika Senator, that's on a federal government, they won't keep anything to arrest him. If we are not working.
So that happy again, because I want to come now, even because of them now, no matter what I got Habakako. I want to
all he got Joha, just Joha. Oh, when he Prime Minister now, before I got on a House of National Assembly.
Okay, then I'm going to
away on now. Of course, when he Prime Minister on that. Why is this Chief of Defense Staff, the highest military man in Nigeria at national television? No kuno someone about a problem I want to Southeast.
But he on ground like him could go on that 150 days Biafra is coming. Okay.
If there is not listen, if there's nothing on the even had a bunda, if there's nothing on the ground, why is the army crying? I don't know if you're getting what I'm trying to say. If there's nothing on the ground, every military checkpoint will target Nadi. Also can as one state. Just the last 3 days in Ebony. About 72 of the way they had a trailer, I had Granama, as one half was one and send the hand to judgment openly.
Okay.
Calm down, relax. Don't go. Anytime I won't come back again, no.
You mean in here?
If I will yara, so can I talk to there? In that water.
Not to come to give an mistake.
Ah! Very.
Now, brother, she them not can all just I never want information.
I go to Biafra Biafra government in exile. Download the app. Every Saturday they make fundraising. I will 10 euro. They're gonna open the fundraising there. Here the 10 euro. No amount is too small. You will hear everything each other. You go to Twitter and follow Simon Epa. Then Twitter will free and now you follow Simon Epa, you get every information nature. You go to enter Biafra, you follow Simon Epa, you get every information nature. Oh, you know again, then there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Chineke pulling your job. Hey, they were now as all or now hotel in Nigeria. Well,
you mean in here? So how do a hotel in Nigeria?
Nkuru China so kwa Nigeria near escort from Enugu.
Wow.
Yeah, rule over. Ndị Biafra ya escape government.
You mean in here?
But woman the police in here. I'm telling you.
Wow. So this people just no mansion. No wonder Nedophobia said it that time that they are building much, even Machike Doziem.
Of course now. Now I don't know Ebonyi State everywhere.
I know we can government and no corner to share that even major for
no government. I'm the car to the job for last 3 days. Also challenge for such also government. You know the time. It means you are not correct. No wonder you really no wonder seek for information. Seek for information.
I'm gonna buzz from that. You never update. Because
okay,
any demeanor are they current on what is going on?
No problem. No problem.
I couldn't him.
Well.
You know, one guy in the Suban, I want Methuselah, one name Methuselah. You know here before.
I'll talk about Methuselah. I'll do this about or 2 on na social media.
But how's that guy? That's that guy. So can Andy reunion do self? I want one guy who could do it. So Andy reunion.
The main architect of reunion do GOS. Secretary.
Okay. So that guy is so happy. Also on Andy radio because someone
also, yeah, but also secretary at GOS because already secretary at GOS movement to
okay. Listen very much. You are speaking with Methuselah and one name Melchizedek. The man that doesn't believe in superstitiousness, the man that doesn't believe in character assassination, propaganda, and then Ireland, and then we're clicking with a family. How? Hi. I am on ground. And when a man now will tell me information on ground. Our people, our police now are mainly by Fulani militaries everywhere, every checkpoint, brother. And again, no matter how little it is, or what your leader is telling us, what Simon Eba is doing. Simon Eba came to destroy the struggle. I'm coming, brother.
Can I give you call Caterpillar joyous,
brother?
I was funding them from my pocket. I will tell you the truth.
As me, I is talking. Caterpillar Hoge, Oga Kotu, Iji and Yagam example.
Methuselah.
Yes, Namida talk.
Methuselah, we get no rabbit.
What will it with what you told me?
Listen, we are brothers.
You are not my brother. You are an enemy. You are my enemy. You know why you are my enemy?
Okay.
You people came to destroy. You came to destroy the job of Mazi Methuselah.
No.
You came to destroy his job. Look at
Listen, I'm winning.
You are my enemy. That hard enemy. I prefer Fulani to you people. Notice behind na Samishi. Na China Samon, hold you roll and man Sean. You see how wicked many of you are.
No, Chara. Bros, cool down. It's a nice.
I go like now. Now.
Because I've been there. Because I can send you some proofs.
Can I introduce?
Methuselah.
Can I introduce to somebody?
Say who died.
Now, let me introduce you properly. You are speaking on live program. The whole world is hearing your voice. We are on a live program, different channels. My Twitter, my YouTube, my Facebook.
So Kagini.
Come down.
No, hang on. What? So Kagini me. You don't talk about.
You want to run?
No, joking.
Come on.
No. You don't talk about. It's not a live program. Some live program. You think I'm a coward?
I'm making you argue.
No, but you came deceptively. Why didn't you tell me on a live program? It's all now. All deception. Can't you see it?
Calm on down, teach our people.
No, can't you see it?
Calm on down now. Calm on down. Obio, calm. Idelaji, go have a loss. I'm not a boss, loss. And I'm a boy again. Wicked species, question buebu. I'm not a boss, loss. What I do? You take it off. Abalos. They frustrate many of you in the secret. Loto you some in the secret. You are not on social media, but what are no zolia? Ye pick race. I just pick here. If I know who you are, I'm Gajuka Caterpillar, none of fun. Caterpillar who are a ishi. I just pick here. Don't pick that thing. Even to quit it itself and I do your job. Coward. Equal first confrontation one-on-one. Brother, if you one-on-one, give hand or so name. Let me leave you, idiot. Okay. Foolish idiot. Let just have me. I'm not joking. This head back. Military cry. What have you achieved? What have you? I don't want to. You might want to call Kikirin. If not, I can't happy. But I just scam. Boss and they are boss. Do you know what he run? They can't withstand the public to tell them what they're doing. But in the secret, how can I say? Now we're quiet again for the third time. I'm going to boss. Yes, why will I run? I'm not going to call to this side. Pay them like, what I say about and they back also. Because we don't have anything to offer. Deceit. Can I someone who are a band? One another came because first time. That's all that. Nigeria government in escort. So Nigeria government in escort. Ndio na wazi ebe dem. Babu lepia okwiteli. Ndio na choose your son now. Abai home and escape. Amamo teji. Mo ani kwekwa amamo onye kina sanwuru. Agwakwu amamo onyo. Mko ya nuzu ya gafra. Anogo no. But how am on your man over so Macron Bob had that flight. China Samuno or hotel in a van. I have some place I might know about. Are you joining me for the first time? Normally today I will have. Le kwende je tu eleman na mjukwa caterpillar. Hana founder. So one founder. I got my court to this thing so that I get mbogi suku I got chokwe bunu no. Okay na bekwa. I be na the boat. I won't daga chacho. So that even matter that pen na cost to our family. Let me see if I will see what you people are doing with them. I think I don't know whether I can be able to get this thing correctly. Let me see if it's what I have here. They killed an 84-year-old man.
That is where we are. Information again I received was that they have listed 5 more people to be killed, if not 6 more people to be killed, including my very self. Who are these people they listed to be killed? People who say truth, people who tell them the truth, people who they feel.
The command EJ to want to say the now you defend them. Now then they talk now. Hey, wake you up. How are you no? This guy that is talking now, they kill his father. How old is his father? 84 years old man. Babu for in the street. Minina mad man with opera. Ajunu no soon fight your freedom. Why don't you know your people? Or what happened Nigerian government to? Eba na no Nigerian government to na news. Ha na hebe akwa. They are crying. They power news. Guy in state. They power news ga get in the boys. You know babu for her son no our twin with Biafra.
To be killed, including my very self. Who are these people they listed to be killed? People who say truth, people who tell them the truth, people who they feel does not agree with whatever supremacy, power they possess. People who they feel that challenges them in the community. They list out more names to be killed. Because of that, my community is disarray. People have left my community. Some of my chiefs have run away because they told them that this land is not your land. It belongs to my land. As at the time this matter is coming up, Omude family has an elder brother who is in Onitsha. I called that the elder brother. He said, but he's going to about 70 years old now. I said, this land we are talking about, who
House of Aslan problem. Let me bring that area. I don't have time.
That particular issue happened 2 weeks before the death of my father.
How about one pair?
And after my father complained that CEO, the next thing we had that on the 29th was that I thought I came out from a meeting. I saw almost 10 missed calls. My community, they were calling me. Around after 8, I said, what happened? And I called one of them. He said, your father has been shot dead now. That they had 3 gunshots. Toy. That your father is dead. My father is dead? Say yes. How come? They don't know. The people that killed him came with bike. There are 3 on top of bike. They came with bike, with gun. Came to our compound. Dragged my father out and shot him. And that was what they had. As soon as they heard the sound of the gun, people ran away. After some minutes, they came out, traced where the sound was coming from, only to discover that it was in front of our house. They entered our compound, opened the gate was open. They entered there. They shout, call my father. They said, Francis Onichuku. They did not. Nobody responded. As they are walking by the roadside, they saw my father lying in a pool of blood. 84-year-old man lying in a pool of blood. Rain was showering.
That's what
and I said they should carry him inside. And that was how they carried him inside. The next day, I brought ambulance and took him to mortuary. Then, that was when I started hearing what transpired. Credible information was revealed that very day, on the 29th of July, they killed my father. Oburie family held a meeting in their house and concluded that they are going to kill my father that very day. A credible information, someone who had them clearly, had them.
Inwe land problem na get boy. Oh yeah, well nothing. They are not fighting for freedom. They are not fighting for Biafra. They actually destroy the name of Mazi Methuselah. It's long. It's a very long audio because the guy started what the statement he made here that made me to start playing it. At least he said they say that they are ESN, but you know that they are not ESN. If they want to kill you, they tell you they are ESN, and that's why they have told everybody that anybody see as an ESN on ground, they are terrorists. I asked this idiot now in Ireland of all people, tell me what you people have achieved. You know he's interested in my money, so I should bring that money, no matter how little. What have you achieved? You say the military are crying, so that's the achievement, they are crying. The question is that what can you see on ground to tell me, to show that this is the reason why they are crying? Can you tell me now? How many of the military came from Rozuha? They elite everywhere, here and there. How many? All we see is gone. They will just collect 5 or 6 guns, put it together, snap it, tell you that we recovered it from the military. That's all. Or they just go and just collect their gun and say, and maybe I don't know. Remove the voice, original voice, put your own. And I've had this question many times. When you are combating with the military, all gun to gun now. Before getting out of the military, all do now. So why can't you shoot that military you also captured or you killed with a gun? All what you see is only gun. Other things are news. You tell us how you neutralize them. Don't worry. Like I said, I don't want to waste time here. Every day I'll be calling one of them. Every day. I don't want to give him chance to continue. What is he going to say now that many of you have never known? I even have an impatient step to allow him to speak. Now, the more I watch him, the more I him Sobunish. Because had it been I am like others, I will believe him now. I will believe him. When you are place here, Lana, you are on top a lot. Are you an autopilot? Let me call that's one that told me they kidnapped his father, or they said they kidnapped him. And I told you to call me. I don't know. No, many of you that are trying to reach out to me on Facebook Messenger, you are wasting your time. I've made it clear that if you want to reach out to me, reach me on WhatsApp. Not, I know they read message on Messenger. That's one that told me they kidnapped his father. And then the other one said they kidnapped him too. And they pay ransom. And they are kidnapping them. They tell them that they are ESN. So the reason why we are putting everything on their head, because when we are into this game, when Mazi Methuselah was with us, and then we're searching, oh yeah man, I am a man. But now, hey man, he created different small much groups. They reach more than 100 on their own. What are they doing? Survival of the fittest. And as they are doing it, they are telling the people that are doing it that they were ESN. And then this one is telling me that they say they should hand him over. Radio Biafra. China Samuel, they refuse. Now he's in charge. Only one man. Only an idiot. Who else now? Apart from that idiot in Finland, who else? Let me see if I will see. I don't need to call you. I told you to call me. If you cannot call me, then you let your father be there now. Thank you. I think I have to come to the end of this program. I have another things to complete today. We are going to get it right. But on a news now, I was telling our people, I was telling the life. But sometimes on a new now, those that are living in that particular area, they don't care. Oh, when they man I have man, but oh John to he cook because they are afraid. Because it takes a very bold person to join this struggle. It takes boldness to still stay in this struggle. I think easy. Only another special gift. Game again on this struggle. Without being afraid of any human being. Some of them that are at home, they think they make afraid. They are coward, but they cannot speak. How much you know? Hana get ready to but he doesn't have faith. How they was Ipob no. Oh yeah, this is if I tell you a lot of people that are calling me, even I'm not a leader. Now. They kidnapped my uncle. They kidnapped my father. I was kidnapped. I pay ransom, but they still hold my car. Oh yeah, no, what I want to leave you here. I want you to remember this. And we are going to meet tomorrow. Tomorrow is our fundraising. I mean, what a fundraising. Tomorrow is our, what did you call it? Our giveaway. We are going to do giveaway tomorrow. We are going to do our giveaway tomorrow. And then, just to wish many of you who are Christians, I have no problem with you being a Christian, but the only thing I'm asking, don't use your idiocy to influence what is going on in our land. There's freedom of worship, yes. Some of you started destroying our own word of life before we started speaking. So as tomorrow, we are going to use it to put smile on the faces of some of our mothers at home, those that are lucky, and some of us that are into this struggle. No matter how little it is, you manage it. It's just an appreciation to tell many of you that we want you alive. We want you to be, healthy, and at the same time to enjoy the dividends of humanity. I want to thank all of you for being present. I am signing out from the beautiful city of Vienna, Ulster to be precise, a land that is built and locked, and they are doing well. Remember this until we meet next.